Hi everybody, I'm John Graydon. I'm a professional speaker, trainer, and the author of 7 books, including The Imposter Syndrome. A great way to get started as a writer is to write articles for magazines. So how do you pitch a magazine story? How do you convince an editor to allow you to write your story? Here's some steps that have worked for me in the past. I've been a writer for magazines, and I published my own magazine. First, I want to make sure I'm matching the story to the magazine. I want to make sure, it's not just, if it's a landscaping magazine, it's got to be on landscaping. I realize that. I'm sure you do too. But most magazines have a certain theme and a certain angle, a way of doing things. You want to make sure you find their submission guidelines and follow them very closely. For instance, I wanted to write a story for Martial Arts Magazine. I write in a very conversational, kind of fun way. This was a very scholastic magazine. They said, hey, we love your writing, but it's not right for us. We have more of a scholastic writing style. So I had to completely rework it. So make sure you're matching the magazine to the article that you're pitching, and make sure that you look at those submission guidelines as well. Let the editor know whether or not you're going to be providing illustrations or they're going to need to be shot by the staff, because that'll affect either the amount of pay towards you or what the expense on the magazine side is going to be. Also, make sure that you're clear on how you're going to get paid. Is it 50% up front, 50% on completion? Is it all on completion? Is it within 30 days? Do you have to submit an invoice? Don't be afraid to ask for the check. Don't be afraid to ask, how do I get paid? Do I get paid by the word, just for the article? It shows the editor that you're a professional. It doesn't mean you're greedy. It just means that this is an important area that we don't want any misunderstandings on. Usually there'll be a little agreement that you typically will have to sign, particularly if it's going to be if it's nonfiction and it's going to be referencing various facts. You'll be responsible possibly for checking the facts with smaller publications. If there are people in the photographs that you're using, you're going to need releases. So make sure that you can find out exactly what that editor needs to be comfortable writing or running your story. Interestingly enough, one of the things that a lot of magazine writers don't do is they have an idea, but when they explain the idea, but they never ask for the job. You've got to point blank, ask for the check, ask for the job, and then give the editor a deadline as to when you might take it to another magazine if you don't hear from them. So, within 30 days, I've got to shop this around. So if you could let me know in that period of time, that lets the editor know that you're serious. You're going to write the story. He's either going to run it or someone else is going to run it. And also, that prevents you from sitting on a good story that somebody else may be doing. So this gives you a chance to offer it and then go to the next guy and offer it in an ethical, professional manner. I'm John Graydon. I hope that helps you to pitch your next magazine story with a bang.